All right. Well, hey there. Thank you so much for taking time out of your morning to join us today as we take a look at how we can navigate the new Google Workspace for Education licensing. And we'll dive into this here in just a second. My name is Joe Smizer. I'm the senior Google Workspace engineer here at Trifera. I have over 20 years of experience in IT. And more importantly, I've got 10 years of experience working for a school district of about 10 or 12,000 students. And so I've been around Google Workspace for a while, and I'm excited to help you walk through these changes that are coming up. Over the next 30 or 40 minutes, we'll walk through the new per user licensing model. We'll also address pricing changes, changes in AI licensing, and maybe most importantly, how to prepare your institution so that you have a smooth transition during this time. Our goal is to help make sure that you have a clear understanding of what's changing and what actions you can take today to manage these updates effectively. Real fast, I'd like to briefly introduce you to Trifera. In the event that you haven't met us before, our team at Trifera has over 55 years of combined experience working in K-12 school district IT departments. So we've faced a lot of the same daily challenges that you have. We've been in your shoes, and we're here to help you navigate these changes, ensuring that you have a smooth transition for your school and your school districts. Managing Google Workspace can sometimes be complex or tedious. It's our goal to make sure you have an experience that's easy and efficient. Our Google Services team offers a full suite of services from premium and fully managed support to health and security audits. So you can focus on providing a successful learning environment for your students and staff. We're here to be your partner and to help you every step of the way. Okay, so with our introductions out of the way, let's dive in and let's talk about some recent licensing changes and upgrades. Okay, so Google Workspace for Education offers two primary additions to meet the needs of your organization: Education Fundamentals, which is that free plan that a lot of us got started on, and Education Plus. So Education Fundamentals is free for qualifying institutions, and it provides the core suite of tools like Classroom, Drive, Docs, Meet, along with access to essential AI tools like Gemini and Classroom. It's the perfect foundation for creating engaging learning experiences. Education Plus, which we'll talk more in depth here in the next couple slides, builds on that foundation by adding advanced security features, premium teaching and learning tools, as well as advanced security features. It also offers additional AI-driven features, offering a comprehensive all-in-one solution for your school so you can maximize your Google Workspace experience. To that end, again, Google Workspace for Education Plus is the ultimate all-in-one solution for your school. It offers everything from Education Fundamentals, Education Standard, and the Teaching and Learning Upgrade, as well as additional features on top of those. It's designed to personalize learning with tools like class tools and interactive practice sets, while also providing premium security and insights to keep your institution safe. So premium things like the investigation tool, context-aware access, client-side encryption, and more. This comprehensive edition also includes AI tools like Gemini and Classroom and Google Vids, giving educators and administrators everything they need to enhance instruction and streamline workflows. Google is deeply committed to innovation in education, which is why they've released over 70 new features in Education Plus in the last year alone, spanning everything from security to classroom management and AI. This almost constant stream of updates and features demonstrates their dedication to providing a powerful and secure platform for learning. These features are designed to simplify workflows for IT admins and educators, all while making learning more personalized and engaging for your students. At Trifera, we understand that every school district is unique, and that's why Google Workspace for Education offers a flexible license model. You can choose a single edition for your entire domain, like the free Education Fundamentals plan or Education Plus, and then layer in additional tools and licenses and upgrades for the users who need it most. So that could be Google AI Pro for education, maybe it's an endpoint education upgrade, additional storage, whatever your organization needs. That way you have access to the features and tools that you need at the budget that you need. All right, so let's dive in. Let's talk about what's changing. And we'll get started by discussing some new Education Fundamentals licensing model and license types. So let's start with the new license types. Google's introduced two new license types to help administrators better manage their users and data. The archived user license is designed for users who have left the institution, but whose data needs to be retained either for compliance or other. The Gmail only user license provides a cost effective solution uh, for users who need access to only Gmail, users like alumni or other users like that. And so, as we think about Gmail only user licenses for a streamlined and cost effective way to manage users who no longer need full access to Google Workspace tools, Google's introduced the free Gmail only user license. This license is perfect for alumni or retired staff, and it allows them to retain access to their work email, calendar, and contacts while automatically unassigning their education fundamentals license so that it can be used with another user. This not only helps you manage your licenses more efficiently, but also helps limit the future impact on your pooled storage limit in Workspace as well. Additionally, for those who are no longer active in your organization, the free archived user license is the best way to manage those accounts. This license immediately releases their full Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals license so that you can assign it to another user, all while protecting all their data, including email, Drive, and more based on your organization's Google Vault retention rules. This new user license gives you a more efficient and secure way to manage inactive accounts and stay compliant without the need of purchasing additional licenses or tools. I think it's worth highlighting a couple things while we're on this slide. So first, assigning a free license like Gmail only or archived user does not automatically remove a paid license. Sorry, let me rephrase that again. Assigning a free license like Gmail only or archive users does not automatically remove a paid license. So if you have Education Plus and you assign one of these other license types, it's not automatically going to free up the paid license. To free up paid licenses so that you can use them with other users in your organization, you have to explicitly unassign it in the admin console or using a tool like GAM. Additionally, suspended users without an Education Fundamentals license or an archived user license assigned by archiving the user will not have data retained in Google Vault. So they need to have one of those licenses for all this data to be retained inside of Google Vault. When managing your users, it's essential to assign the right license to fit their need. So for active users who require full access to all Google Workspace tools, the Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals license is perfect for them. For users who only need access to their email, so that could be alumni, or maybe it's a certain type of staff like custodian staff, food service staff, bus drivers. You might assign the Gmail only user license. And for users who are no longer active inside your organization, you need to retain their data, you can use the archive user license. Few other changes with this. Google has introduced a new licensing model that automatically gives you a sufficient number of free Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals licenses. This combines both existing active users and suspended users. This change, along with the introduction of new free archive user and Gmail only user licenses, provides administrators with a more granular and efficient way to manage accounts in their domain. The impact of these updates is a more streamlined process for institutions, ensuring that users have the right level of access while retaining data. To help with this transition, Google, like I mentioned, has automatically provisioned your institution with enough Education Fundamentals licenses to cover all existing accounts. So there will not be a service disruption immediately. It's important to note that Education Fundamentals is now a seat-based license, requiring administrators to manage these assignments. Google recommends using existing tools like the admin console, automatic licensing feature there, Google's Cloud Directory Sync, GAM, or another tool like Enterprise License Manager API to streamline the process and ensure that every user has the correct license. Additionally, as we think through this, so what happens if I run out of licenses here? What happens if I run out of Education Fundamentals licenses? So if you run out of Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals licenses, you will not be able to create new user accounts. The only way to get additional licenses is going to be to open a ticket with Google support and request those licenses directly through Google. It's going to be critical moving forward that you monitor your license usage, particularly as you adjust to these changes or as you add students and staff over the summer, or if you're expecting to grow significantly. Google will instruct you to first free up licenses using the archive user licenses or DMA only licenses. And then once they see that you are successfully managing these licenses using the different license types in your organization, they will then review and provide additional licenses as needed. So to proactively prevent running out of Google Workspace for Education fundamentals licenses, we recommend taking a couple key steps. First, convert all of your suspended users to fundamentals users. When you do this, again, this will free up their license automatically. You can continue to use this functionality as people leave your organization. And this is something that you could script inside of GAM to run, every day, every week, or maybe it's something that you do inside of Google Cloud Directory Sync to automate that. But regardless, we recommend that you review your license count quarterly and stay on top of these things. And if you're still low on licenses, open a ticket with Google support and request new ones. Again, this proactive approach is going to be really, really critical to ensure that you always have enough licenses for your students and staff, particularly during peak times like summer or back to school season in the fall. All right, so with that, I want to briefly demonstrate how we can archive users in bulk. And I'm going to demonstrate this in a couple different ways. There are several options for archiving users, particularly users in bulk, giving you the flexibility to choose the method that best fits your workflow and your organization. You can use a CSV file. You can also use the Google Admin SDK APIs, Google Cloud Directory Sync or GCDS, as well as GAM. Today, we're going to demonstrate two different models. We'll demonstrate how you can do this via CSV, and we'll also demonstrate this with GAM. And so I'm going to go in and we'll demonstrate this first with a CSV. And so I am inside of Google Admin, and I'm looking at my suspended users. So I've gone into users, and to highlight how I found my suspended users, I just went up here to this filter, dropped down to user status, and then from there, I selected suspended. After that, I'll hit apply, and now I can see all of my suspended users in one spot. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to bulk update users. And from here, I can download user info into a CSV. That way it's all in one spot. I'll give that time to run. I've already exported this once, so I'm going to just jump into my Google Sheets. As we look at this, I've got my list of suspended users, the ones that I want to archive. To update this, what I need to do is I'm going to go over to the column new user status. So new user status over here for me, it's column AJ. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in archived. That will update their status when I re-upload this CSV for every user in this list. I'm just going to fill this down because I know that all of these are suspended and they all need to be moved to archive. From here, all I have to do is go to File, Export, and I'll export this as a CSV, and then I'll re-upload it here from bulk users again, and just attach a CSV, and it will work through this process, going in and updating my users, changing them from suspended to archives, and freeing up that license type. The other way we can do this is with GAM. So if you're comfortable using a command line interface, this is a really, really effective way that you can manage these licenses. And so I'm going to go in, let me find this real fast. I'm going to grab these commands. Again, you can reference this back on our slide deck as well, which we'll share with you. Give me one moment to grab that. Sorry about that. All right. Let me find our commands here. And so I'll get started here. What I need to do is I need to make a list of every user in my domain that sets this suspended. And so I'm going to paste in this command. So I've got GAM print users, and it's going to query all my users who are set to suspended. And so I'm going to go here and hit return to find this to drive. Also, it's specified to drive so that it creates this list, not inside of GAM, but actually creates it in Google Sheets for me. And so it found 29 users. All I have to do here is come in And now I've got a list of my users here that are suspended. What I'm going to do now is download this as a CSV, and I will re-upload this as a CSV inside of GAM. And so I can come up to my three vertical dots here. I'll select upload. I'll choose my file here. I'll select open. And so now I've got this long list here of users, and now I can update these. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over and find my other commands here. And so my other commands here is going to be referencing the CSV. And so I've got GAM CSV, and from there I'll update the specific CSV, and I'll say in this case, it's going to the file that I just uploaded. And so I'll move over here to update this real fast. So I'm now referencing this specific one. I may have to put this in quotes. If this errors out, we'll put this in quotes. Yep. So didn't find that. So I just need to put this specific CSV in quotes so they can find it. It's also easier if you clean up this file name before you upload it. That way you don't have to do this every time. There we go. Oh, no such directory. Again, it doesn't love, oh, it's got the space in there. So again, just need to be careful with how you set this up. But from here, you can first export your list of suspended users. And then after that, you can run the command to clean this up. So it's going out, it's finding each of my users here. And from there, it's suspending them. If I want to check to see how this worked, I can come in. And so I'll say, once this is done running, I'll say GAN info user Todd Reesing. I'll hit return, and I'll get some information back. As I scroll to the bottom here, it's got his education fundamentals and the archive user. It hasn't pulled this off yet, but if I check back here in a second, it'll find that it's pulled off this fundamentals license, archive them, and everything's good to go. All right, so let's slide back and we'll continue our discussion. As we keep going, we'll talk about some pricing changes inside of Google Workspace for Education licensing. And so beginning October 1st, the price for Google Workspace for Education Plus is going to increase from $5 to $6 per user per year. Additionally, Google is discontinuing the 4+1 model and moving to a simplified, unified license type for all Education Plus users. So again, this means in the past, if you had purchased 4 student licenses, you got a free one for each of those 4 student licenses. That free one you could use for staff. That way you only had to license by student count, not all active users. Now you'll need to purchase licenses for all staff and students who require a license to the full suite of services, which will likely impact your budget here. The Teaching and Learning Upgrade is a powerful add-on that brings premium features to a school's existing education fundamentals license without the need to upgrade the entire domain. So if you need a handful of teachers, or you have a handful of teachers who need this added set of tools, you can consider the Education Teaching and Learning Upgrade. Again, the annual list price for this is also increasing from $48 to $60 per user per year, with the flexible monthly plan also increasing to $6 per user per month. This new pricing will take effect for new customers on October 1st and for existing customers at their next renewal date, but no sooner than February 1st of next year. And so maybe the most important question, the question we're all wondering here, how am I going to be impacted when it comes to renewing these licenses or purchasing licenses? Let's start with this first scenario. So my school already has Google Workspace for Education Plus. If your school already has Education Plus, effective October 1st, the price for Education Plus is going to increase from $5 to $6 per user per year. Additionally, Google is discontinuing that 4+1 model, like I mentioned, and moving to a simplified, unified license type for Education Plus users. This means you will need to purchase licenses for all staff and students. As we think through that, scenario 2, so what if my school has the Teaching and Learning Upgrade and we'd like to move to Education Plus? Or what if we have Education Standard and want to move to Education Plus? If your school already has Teaching and Learning Upgrade and wants to move to Education Plus, you have a key decision to make regarding the timing of this upgrade. If you upgrade after October 1st, you'll be subject to the new per user licensing model, which requires you to purchase a minimum of 50 licenses or enough to cover all students and staff at the increased price of $6 per user per year. However, by upgrading to Education Plus before October 1st, you can secure a 3-year contract that preserves that $5 per user price, as well as the 4-to-1 ratio, providing a significant opportunity for cost savings and a smoother transition to this new licensing structure. Similarly, scenario 3, my school has Education Fundamentals, and we'd like to upgrade to Education Plus. So if your school is currently on Education Fundamentals and you want to upgrade, again, the timing is going to be critical here. If you upgrade after October 1st, you'll be subject to the new pricing of $6 per user per year. You'll also have the updating licensing model, which requires you to purchase licensing for all students and staff. However, like the last scenario, if you upgrade to Education Plus by October 1st, you can lock in a 3-year contract at the current price of $5 per user per year and the valuable 4-to-1 ratio, again, providing an extra staff license for free for every 4 licenses that you purchased. This limited time offer can provide significant cost savings and a smoother transition to the newer structure. And so these changes to the licensing model are significant, and you need to be proactive to ensure a smooth transition and to avoid service disruption. Now is the time to audit your users. Now's the time to plan your budget. And more importantly, now is the time to decide on the licensing strategy that works best for your domain. And so again, now is the time to act. The upcoming changes to Google's licensing model are significant. By acting now, you have a limited time option where you can secure the previous, more cost-effective Google Workspace for Education Plus licensing model. By completing all of this paperwork by September 22nd, you can lock in the current pricing and valuable 4-to-1 ratio for a 3-year term. So don't miss this chance to save on costs and ensure the best possible tools for your domain. I'd encourage you to contact us here at Trifera today to learn more about this. And again, that's google@trifera.com. Google@trifera.com, where you can learn more and take advantage of this. Again, act now, don't miss out. As we wrap up, I want to briefly discuss some new licensing changes inside of Gemini and Google AI Pro for Education. So to simplify the AI offerings, Google is consolidating its 2 previous add-ons, Gemini Education and Gemini Education Premium, into one single comprehensive offering that is called Google AI Pro for Education. This new add-on will provide all the features of the previous license types, as well as additional tools and access to expanded premium AI models and enhanced security through AI-driven data loss prevention inside of Google Workspace. This change simplifies licensing and ensures that institutions have access to all of Google's premium AI features in one easy-to-use location. This one license provides a powerful set of features, including Gemini directly integrated into Google Workspace apps like Gmail, Docs, Classroom. It also gives users access to Google's most capable AI models through Gemini Advanced and includes Notebook LM Plus, an AI-powered research assistant that helps accelerate learning and knowledge sharing. With enterprise-grade data protection and AI-enhanced data loss prevention, Google AI Pro for Education is a secure and powerful tool for both your staff and your IT department. So real fast, if you're interested in supercharging productivity and creativity, or just getting access to the AI-powered DLP rules inside of Google Workspace, we encourage you to consider Google AI Pro for Education. This powerful add-on, again, provides access to all of the awesome features inside of Gemini and Workspace and Notebook LM Plus and more. To learn more and to take the next step, I'd encourage you to visit the link or scan the QR code on your screen. Trifera is here to help you through the entire process, offering not just licenses, but also PD for your educators or training for you, the IT admin, to ensure that you get the most out of your investment in AI. If you're interested, again, visit the website on your screen or scan the QR code. To learn more, take the next step, reach out to us. Again, we're here to help however we can. All right. So with that, I'm going to turn things over to you. I encourage you to drop any questions you might have into the chat, and I'll do the best I can to answer. Additionally, our Google Services team from Trafera is also in the chat, helping to answer these questions. So again, if you have any questions, I'd encourage you to drop them in the chat. While you're working on questions and typing those in, I want to bring a couple other things to your attention real fast. We would love to stay connected with you. And to that end, you can learn more about our Google boot camps, Google Workspace for Education admin boot camps. We offer level 1, level 2, as well as Chrome OS boot camps to help train your IT staff and make sure that they are prepared and equipped to manage Google Workspace in your domain. We also offer monthly admin briefings. These are free trainings that we offer, or free webinars we offer the first Thursday of every month, where we take 30 minutes and take a look back at all the new features, all the new changes in Google Workspace for Education, and discuss how those changes may impact your users, your staff, or your school. Additionally, you can check out links for our monthly newsletter, and in-person workshops are available as well. Real fast, we got a couple questions in the chat. Joe, do you have a visual that explains the different licensing and what features are added at each level? Yeah, as we drop back, a couple different ways. We've got a couple different options here. And I'll go back and highlight this just from the beginning. Let me find this real fast. So again, the two core editions here are going to be Education Fundamentals and Education Plus. I will include in our email that we send out after this, also include a direct link to a full list of all these features. But really, Education Plus adds tools for your educators. It adds tools for them to help manage Chromebooks in your classroom if your students use Chromebooks and your staff do with class tools. It also gives them access to practice sets, originality reports, and more. And then for your IT staff, all kinds of awesome tools to help you stay on top of security threats. So that could be the investigation tool, or security sandbox, context-aware access, or more. And again, more in depth, you can find all this information by checking out the link that Rusty posted right there. Michael says, I may have missed it, but if we have already paid for Google Workspace for Education Plus, when will we be billed for the licenses that are no longer covered by this? What if we go back to fundamentals? So if I'll start with the second one. If you want to go back to fundamentals, you'll fall into that updated licensing model that we saw a moment ago, where you'll have essentially a cap number, limited number of these licenses. And so you'll have to be proactive in managing your free licenses. So again, moving suspended to archived, considering moving some users to Gmail only. And then if you still need licenses, reaching out to Google. For your Education Plus, as we think through that, you will be billed for this new licensing change the next time it comes up. Yeah, so if you have a long-term plan, so 2-year, 3-year commitments, they'll be at the end of that. And if not, it's year to year. That next time it comes up will reflect these changes. Good question. All right. So as we keep going here, a couple things I want to bring to your attention again. Cyber attacks are a constantly evolving and growing threat, and K-12 schools are the most commonly targeted sector for these attacks. Not only are these attacks prevalent, but they're on the rise. Ransomware attacks growing in frequency by almost 25% in 2025. And we enter Cybersecurity Awareness Month in October. There is no better time to assess how your domain is defended. So we encourage you to take advantage of our special offer here, where you can save 20% on a Google Workspace security and health audit by Trafera. To learn more about that, again, check out the QR code or go to the link on your screen. This offer ends October 31st. So again, it's important to jump on this and make sure that your domain is as secure as possible. And lastly, as we think through this, if you need ongoing support to implement new features as Google Workspace evolves, I'd encourage you to consider ongoing support provided by Trafera. We can help. Our team provides the hands-on technical assistance, strategic guidance, and training to make sure that your school is always getting the most out of your Google Workspace for Education investment. We also offer managed Google Workspace services where we can handle all of this for you, again, freeing you up to handle more important tasks. Lastly, our last link that we want to share, if you would like to, we are offering a free monthly newsletter where you can, again, stay informed on all things uh, K-12 educational technology. It features news and tips from Trifera experts for your school. You can sign up here. Again, thank you so much. If you have any other questions, I'd encourage you to drop them in the chat. I'll give you another couple moments to do that. If you think of a question afterwards, just reach out to us at google@trifera.com. Again, we're here to help however we can. We've been using student sign-in, or we've been having student sign-in issues all morning. Is that something separate or related to this? I wouldn't imagine that it's related to this, but I can't guarantee that either. Joey, that's a good question.
Yes. Sorry, everyone. If you are having those login issues, Google has an outage right now. And so that is impacting Chromebook logins. It's also, once you log in, it's logging them out of their Chromebook. So just know that Google is working to resolve that issue, and it is a global outage.
Awesome. Thank you, Rusty. All right. So with that, I don't see any other questions. Again, I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your day to learn a little bit more about these licensing changes and pricing changes. Again, I'd encourage you to be proactive as these changes go into effect. And if you're considering Education Plus, now is the time to act. I'd also encourage you to remember that Prefer is here to help however we can throughout this process or anything involving Google Workspace. We're here to help. All right. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I'd encourage you to check out our Google Workspace admin briefing the first Thursday of October, and hopefully we'll see you there. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you down the road.